I'm looking at the silver tin, and I'm looking at it, and it's open, and she's putting something in her mouth, and she's looking at her hands. So I don't know if this was like a mint that left color on your hands, or if this was like some kind of chocolate in a tin can. I can't see any writing on the side, but I do see wrapping, like shrink wrapping. And she's showing me a shrink wrapping machine. So like how you make, I guess, gifts for gift sales or whatever people do. She's showing me this machine because I'm asking her, how did they get to the tin? So what she's showing me is that. And what I'm being shown, I don't believe by her, because I'm pretty sure she doesn't understand what this is, because I don't get what this is, and I feel like she doesn't know what this is. She's addressing the tin can as if that's the culprit of why she died. But what I'm being shown is 3 months prior to her passing, I'm getting a huge amount of head congestion with her, allergies, sniffles, pet allergies, nasal issues, and she has nasal spray. When I see the nasal spray on the week before she died, I see it like a magnet. So a magnet with a red end and the magnet part, the gray at the end. And you know, if you do pencil shavings with a magnet and you hold it up, the pencil shavings stick to it like that. She inhaled this up her nose, pencil shavings. And I don't know what is in pencil shavings exactly. I don't even know what it is anymore. But whatever those little particles of toxic metal are what was in the nose spray. This is kind of what I'm feeling. Can I prove it? No. But I'm feeling this. This is the energy I'm feeling. So some sort of metals or toxic metal in the nasal spray. And I'm feeling that this was unknown to her. So I get up, I use the nasal spray, I walk around, I don't feel lockdown stuff. So who knows where she got it. But then I'm feeling the nose spray. And I'm getting like a blinding pain behind my eye here on the day that she passed. Blinding pain. So I think she may have had some sort of headache prior to passing out. And I also feel like she got up just before she passed away. And she passed away so suddenly. Thud, and I'm out. Okay, so she fell down and passed out of her body. Different than if somebody's in bed and they fall asleep. And they just step out of their body that way. This was, she hit the ground and was out of her body. And I feel like she went to check on her nose. I see her looking at her nose. So I do feel she got up to check on the condition of her nose. I don't know if it was itchy. I don't know what. I have pain in the left side of my head. So I feel she passed really rather suddenly. And then I'm going back to the tin can, and I'm going to the house that she's in. And this is why I think it's a bit of a transitory house, meaning I'm not sure how often she's there. But what I am seeing is that I can watch everything about her in this house. Now, most of us have cameras in our house. That's not a particularly psychic thing to say. I myself have a bunch of cameras in my house and around my house. However, there is somebody else that has cameras in her house that she is unaware of. She is unaware, and they were put in her house while she stepped to the side and wasn't in her house. So the cameras were put there without her being able to view it on her own cameras when she wasn't home. And it was done so in such a way that it looked like somebody was making repairs. Okay, so nobody in the neighborhood's like, hey, who's that guy hanging off the second story window? Not like that. This was done all behind the scenes, all low grade. And there's, okay, so, sorry, her energy makes me laugh because she's so Miss Trouble. Now her hands are down here on her hips. Anyway, because there are other people, this is what I'm understanding. There are other people in her personal friend circle, not just who people think orchestrated this, the baby's daddy, but other people that betrayed her. So I can't trust anybody. I can't trust anybody. She can see, but when she was alive, she couldn't trust anybody because somebody betrayed her with the cameras in her house. And that tin can has something to do with it. I cannot see what it holds. You know what I think it holds? This is a weird thing to say. I think it's an old school tin can. I'm seeing something orange on the cover. So I think it's like old school cough medicine or cough throat drops. Like old school. Like powdered something in them. powder on them. It looks almost like a candy your grandmother would have. I should say my grandmother would have had. Looks like a candy, but it's for your throat. Old school in the tin. And there's something to do with that because she's looking at her hands. It took me a while to get there, but she's looking at her hands. And I don't know if it's because she picked up something. They can do whatever they want. Now, part of this is blocked from her. And there are other people with her on the other side that this has happened to as well. People she doesn't know, but that are in that same circle of people. And a tell-all book about her partner, baby daddy. P. Diddy. Did I say that right? P. Diddy. P. Diddy. I'm sorry, I'm just fucking saying it. I don't know why. Anyway, she had 3 manuscripts and she gave them to 3 separate people. Somebody you wouldn't even suspect. Somebody outside of her friend group, somebody entirely different. She had a very close-knit circle of friends and a particular type of friends. So she hung around particular people. She was very specific in her choice of people that she allowed in her circle. Okay, very, very, very controlled about that. However, somebody from outside that circle has one of, quote, the books or manuscripts or written documentation. So they don't have it all. And she's kind of laughing because she suspected that this would happen, but it blew her mind when it happened. When she passed away at 47, her mind blown, okay? She always thought it, but never really thought it. And that's the Neptune in her chart. I can verbalize this to you that someone is going to do this to me or this is going to happen to me, but it doesn't really register inside of me that this is really going to happen to me. That's how I feel she felt. Like approval or attention, even though she acts the opposite. And Kim is afraid that that information will get out kind of sideways. Not that her husband is a threat, but he is still friends with her former baby daddy, P. Diddy. He's still friends. The husband is still friends with him. So Kim is afraid that this man will speak what his wife spoke to him. So she's trying to encourage her not to do that. Now here's another aspect of this. This is so like crazy. I am being shown November of 2023. So her death date was November 15th of 2018. But I'm being shown November of 2023. I don't think we're done with this. I feel she's shaking her head yes. Before she stare at me, then she wait, and now she's shaking her head yes. I am being shown that things are being prepared. She is showing me a trumpet. People are standing straight up. And there are people going to speak, not just about what happened to her, about other things. Something is unraveling. For some reason, she's showing me like, was one of her kids, I wonder, in band? Because she's showing me like trumpet marching band type music, which is weird because I don't think that that's her favorite. But I'm being shown that. Somebody is leading the march, leading the way. There, that's what it is. Somebody is leading the march, leading the way to uncover this information, and I'm getting 5 months. So I feel, sorry, I keep laughing because she's like, out with it. Toxic metal exposure.